Well, hello again. Just loading up the game once more, and we're going to see if we can figure out who murdered our boss and who... well... who the fuck did what? I mean, there's just so much going on, I don't even know what to say. I mean, we've got those ghosts at the ice wall, we've got... like, disappearing families, like, who knows what the hell's going on. And we might have to fight some more wolves. So, I switch camera angles to see if this might be a bit better. I'm looking over here at the screen, seems okay. Look at my better quality cap. Fortunately, don't have a better quality pipe yet. Well, I mean, I do, but this little guy isn't automatic. Still, no. We'll see how we do. So we finished looking around this little shack. Wasn't much in it. We got a few bits and bobs. I think what I was going to do today well, out of here. No. So we're here, and we didn't look at any of these buildings back here. Roy's and all that. But I think what we'll do is we'll backtrack and go to all these places, and then we'll go over here past the doctors and look at all these, and then we'll see if we can figure out how to get past the ice wall or the landslide. I may have to just walk past the landslide, but I'd rather not if I don't have to. Come on, stupid car. You'd almost think I didn't know how to drive. Almost. So it's a nice cool bit of weather going on there. Kind of cool for a lot of us at the moment. A lot of storms and other stuff going on. Hurricanes hitting the US. Got a storm hitting our western coast. Oh, nice. We get sanity from crashing. That's lovely. Bit odd, but you know. Okay, so there's the general store. Can't see anything about where the road is. Oh, that's definitely not a road. Have to keep turning, keep turning. The downed tree stopping me going back. Oh yeah, I gotta go into the general store and around. Okay. Down here. This must be someone's house, right? Down this way? Yeah, general store. Just like a little road to nowhere. Let's back up a bit. Turn down. Come on. Yeah. Guess the snow's just too deep. I can't actually go that way. That's fine. Go back this way at least. Wow. We didn't check that truck at all.
That had to be the worst parking job ever. Who was Carl to judge, though? It may be customary to park like that around these parts. Or not.
Open that. Back. Odd. The equipment. Want the gun? No. I'll take out my axe. Do that. Can't do anything with this.
The punishing cold rendered the door frozen tight. Carl saw no way to open it.
There's really nothing there. I'm gonna go right the way back down here. You know, I passed a couple of driveways. I'm gonna go back down as far as I can and see which ones I passed. I know they're all gonna be on my right here. Keep an eye to the left just in case there's a little cabin or something that's just not marked. Here we go. Here's... Remember that being... Oh wait, no, there is one right there. So everything else is on the right. So there's two more after this. There's one. And keep going, keep going. Where are we going? Downwind. Come on now. God, it is really hard to see in this snowstorm. Poles down. There we go. That is the last house. This is Roy's, I think the map said. Ugh. Gotta sit up straight for this one. Ooh. Park, 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 park. Park, perfect. Doggy? No, no doggy. That's fine. Have a quick ramble around outside. Oh, we got paw prints. Yeah, I'm getting cold. Okay. Maybe I'll check out inside first. Make sure there's nothing out here. I don't need a bottle. We fled. It was getting too dangerous. More people live in North Manistan. It would be safer there. Jean Roy, or Jean Roy.
It was a classic Canadian house, except for the absent horde of kids.
Here we go.
Kids that would normally be swarming about.
Don't have a log. Ooh, there's a log. Perfect. Always good to get that going when you get into a new area. That's not gonna work, obviously. Nothing. Ooh, we got some garlic. Let's protect ourselves from the old vampires.
Just one more move and White is checkmated. Game over. It seems the game was abandoned right before the final strike came down.
Okay, looks like we got a bit more reading to do. Matthew had yet to add murderer to his curriculum. He was fond of new experiences, especially the most thrilling ones, and taking the life of a flesh and bone individual who the night before was still able to think, dream, fantasize, calculate, read, held the promise of exhilarating sensations. Unlike Raskolnikov, it wasn't about axing an old Jewish hag to pieces to test some lunatic theory. Not at all. Matthew just wanted to know how it felt. It seemed so simple. Horribly simple. He didn't have any particular victim in mind. Like most people, his desires ran quite wildly, so he only had a vague idea of them in mind. He pondered using a rifle or a knife, assassinating a young girl or an old man. He tried to focus on practicability. His victim would have to be defenseless. Bodybuilding wasn't exactly Matthew's strong suit. He would have to act spontaneously, but not too much. He wasn't that eager to learn what spending the rest of his life in prison would be like. Some experiences carry just too high a cost to be worth it, really. Interesting. Interesting little fantasy to have. I mean, I suppose a lot of people have some kind of fantasy along those lines. Like, oh, if you have an asshole boss, wouldn't you want to get rid of them? Stuff like that. It's a way to work out frustration.
Claude Lévi-Strauss, Hannah Arendt, Roland Barthes. Carl was surprised by the literature filling this liberal-leaning bookcase. Could there really be intellectuals dwelling in this far-off land?
I have no idea who any of those authors are. Oh, back door. Don't let the heat out. Come on. Come on. There we go. You got anything in there? Nope. Gotta be something around here. No. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, matches. Always nice to get a few more matches. Last few places have had not a lot of pickups in these presses. Ooh. Come on, select it. There we go. This. Cookie jars are always too high to reach. The extra O in that's a bit, well, it's not quite cricket. No steaks or beer in that fridge.
The photograph was snapped not too far from here, Carl noticed. The couple seemed to be very good friends.
Is that the doctor, maybe?
The couple radiated something akin to lightheartedness, to freedom. Perhaps some people out there truly found a way to live happily ever after. A picture of Wilfred in his youth. Carl figured right away that the man must have been some kind of wildlife officer.
Okay, gotta keep rooting through all their stuff. The neighborly thing to do. Okay, we got some painkillers. Haven't had reason to use any yet, though. Doesn't look like there's anything else in there. Go. Is our lantern going out? No. Weird. Can't get close enough to see what the hell that is there. Here. Ah. Monopoly. Kona poly. You win if you pass go.
All manners of clothing were gone, as if the Rois drove out of town with their closet in tow.
Ooh, got some cigarettes. This obviously wasn't the kids' room. Or hopefully it wasn't. Aha! Page 2 of their little fantasy. It was around that time that Matthew met Beatrice. Of mediocre beauty at best, the girl with her distinctive features, cheeks covered with large pox-like freckles, Jew nose, oily forehead, tired but vibrant eyes, shaded red hair, slender as a child body, chirpy laugh, you name it, was the very image of innocence. That happened to be precisely the kind of victim Matthew was picturing in his mind, though. One night, as he was contemplating the ceiling from his bed, he swore to himself again and again, I'll kill her. His dreams were later filled with images of the imminent crime. He had come up with a simple enough plan. One fine evening he would visit her place to become familiar with the area's intricacies and feel closer to the impending murder, to slowly dig into Beatrice's thoughts, desires, dreams and abilities. This way he would be able to get a concrete sense of what his sinister deed would be stripping away from the very fabric of life. The whole thing would take 2 days a week at most. Well, perhaps our friend Jean Roy is this Matthew, and instead of killing the Jew lady, he married her. Hey, there's my car. Hello, car. I love you. You're my friend. Now, what do we got in here? Of course. Never anything good on. Goddamn. The first time he met Beatrice, however, she unexpectedly revealed her troubled origins to Matthew. She was adopted at the age of 4, and recalling her former life still gave her a hard time. She played the piano in so graceful a manner that people often thought she may be the natural offspring of a musical virtuoso. She always cried before falling asleep, torn from the inside by a dreadful pain she couldn't explain. She confided to him so profoundly that Matthew couldn't get enough, coming back every night to learn every single thing of what would come out of that delicate mouth after pulling one last breath out of it. Every night he reflected on what the death of Beatrice would mean in terms of losses to humanity's common heritage, be it the sound of her sobbing or of her piano melodies, the compulsive tapping of her long index finger on her temple when she harbored dark thoughts, or any other little thing. It didn't matter. Everything would indiscriminately vanish. Everything. All these thoughts made for some blissful slumbers indeed. Then days became weeks, and before he knew it, it was Matthew's turn to throw his secrets at her, his hopes, his cries of despair, as if throwing coins in a wishing well. He'll be dead by the end of the month, he promised himself. I don't think so. I don't think so. It certainly sounds like things took a different turn. Ooh, we got some ammo. Not bad. Like a gun rack.
Not a single weapon was left. All of them were gone.
Turn. Yay, the lamp goes on.
A murderer's diary. Carl's detective training compelled him to write some excerpts down. What sort of monster could give life to such a bizarre tale?
You say that now after we get all the pages? Okay. The two lovebirds were still going at it 7 months later, though confiding fears and desires alike near the fireplace several days a week. The populace took notice, and wounding words eventually found their way to Matthew's ear, prompting him to take action to prove his gentlemanship. He had to ask Beatrice's hand in marriage. He would have more than enough time to kill her later. I mean, 7 months. I suppose back then, you know, this is what, the 60s or something? I wasn't really paying attention to the years. I really should have. Maybe 70s. I have no fucking clue. And then it all depends on region, what kind of customs you have. Like, I don't know, for some people 7 months is a long time. Nowadays, most places, 7 months, nothing. That's like your courting phase. I don't know. Today, when Matthew stares at the motionless ceiling, just like he did 20 years ago, he still wonders what he would be removing from existence by slitting Beatrice's throat. What he would be depriving his children of then, as if soothed by his fantasy, he gently drifts off, smiling the night away. He was a bit creepy. Now, what What did we, Ugh. Okay, that's a bit odd. It's all fucking... Maybe if I put it away and go into a well-lit area. Go. Yeah. Harder to read. Let's try here. There we go. North, Hamilton's murder, woman, hunt. Hamilton Lodge. Can't even get there yet. Next page? No? No next page? Who do we got here? Wilfred Roy. Okay. While escaping the Roy's detour to see... Jean Roy. Anne Roy. North, she worrying imagine. Okay. So, Jean is a woman, hard to tell with French names. Oh, I was thinking man, but woman. Okay, so there's my footprints from earlier. We gotta follow these wolf prints. I'm not following them without my axe. See what this leads us to this time. There's the wolves. You coming? You know what? Let's haha. We got a little shack here. A beer bottle, only one, even though there's a few. Got more logs. If I didn't have an axe, I could probably take that one. Don't need to do that right now. Yeah, that'll make me pretty damn cold waiting around in there. Had to look, had to see what was there. Okay, we've got flare. Need a magnet. More ammo. Fire starter, and that appears to be it. Doesn't seem to be anything else over here. Don't want to just wander around in the frozen waste. Is more footprints. Those wolves that ran off might lead me somewhere. So, gotta follow them. Like, so far following these has usually turned out to be worth doing. Those little mini loading areas. Have a log for that. Oh. talisman. We continue on, I guess. Is this the next guy's house? Gotta stop here. Bedard's house. Bedard's house. Whoever. No. This place. Garage. Or garage.
A true Catholic always strives to keep lowly temptations at bay. Obviously, Carl thought, someone in this house wasn't doing a good job at upholding the Holy Bible's teachings.
Hey.